All right, welcome Skope TV, Tuesday night, March 24th. I have got a music mogul, entrepreneur, just a true American hustler on the phone, Mr. Brad Turk. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
How's everything going tonight? Where are we talking from tonight?
I'm in New York City.
Beautiful. Okay, now, do you live over there, or are you just visiting doing business?
No, I lived here all my life.
Beautiful. Brad, your ambition and your drive, obviously nothing less than remarkable. At what age did you really start to think like an entrepreneur?
I think I always did. I was always money conscious. I was always, trying to focus on, unfortunately, maybe not a good thing at an early age, but material items. I always wanted nice cars, nice things. So I always had it in the back of my mind. So I always had my hustle going at an early age.
That's great. Now, what kind of environment did your parents offer you that may have helped contribute to develop like you have? I have a son coming in May, so I'm taking notes right now, just so you know.
Okay, not a problem. I mean, actually, I kind of think I developed on my own. My parents were divorced. I didn't grow up with my father. He was actually, very successful. He was in the real estate market, but I didn't really interact with him, when I was younger. I did learn my work ethic from my mother. She had 3 jobs when we were younger growing up because, again, like I said, she was a divorced parent raising 2 children. So she was really a hard worker. So I did learn that, and I do attribute that to her. But basically just, learning from my environment, seeing what's out there, seeing what I liked and what I had interest in, and pursued it.
That's great. Now, prior to 2002, you were involved in, obviously, various different ventures, telecommunications and stuff. What made you jump into the music biz with Self-Made Records?
Okay, I mean, I was actually in the music industry way, way back. I was actually a rapper when I was younger. I was always interested in the music field. I actually worked at Polygram Records as an intern at one point and loved the music industry. It just, as an entrepreneur and someone who was really focused on money as a goal, it's really tough to make it in that industry. It's a real hit or miss. So basically I allotted a certain time period for myself to see if I would do well in the industry and see, try to learn as much as I could. And my goal was by the end of my college years, if I didn't attain, a level that I wanted to be at, I would go right into business. And that's what I did. And with the thought of, hey, when I make money and I don't need money to sustain myself, I will go back into the music industry.
Music is your passion. I love that, and I totally get that vibe just doing my research on you. Now, what was your attitude in regards to artist development with Self-Made Records, and what did you try to offer your artists to help them succeed?
Okay. It was huge. I mean, having an independent record label, you have to do everything. So artist development is everything. I mean, it's babysitting. That's part of the job. So basically what I did was I tried to instill in my artists, the drive that I have. And again, I always clarified that the music business has the word business in it for a reason. It's a business. So a lot of artists come thinking, hey, I'm talented, I could sing, I could rap, I could do this. It should be easy for me because people are going to respect my craft and like what I do. And it's really not about that. I mean, that's a prerequisite in that industry. If you're not super talented, no one's going to listen to you anyway. But I tried to instill in them, the business ethics and the work ethic to say, hey, you know what? If you want to be successful, it's not about your talent and your skills. It's about what you're going to do. And even though I'm on your side and I'm working to make you successful, if you want to be successful, you have to step up to the plate as well and really get motivated and really, you have to work with me as a team player and put as much into it as I'm putting into it.
That's great. Now, Self-Made Records, it focused a lot on urban, hip-hop, R&B music. Was that your preference, or was that more like a business decision?
It was a combination of both. I mean, that was my preference in terms of that was the style of music that I liked. I semi grew up on that. Kind of my time in the 80s. That's what I was doing. Again, I was a rapper trying to, come up as well. But also that, at that time, that was the number one selling music. I mean, at one point in time, I think country was the number one selling music, and then rap outtook that. So basically, that's where the money was as well at that time.
Now, you launched MyMusicSite.com in December of 2007. What inspired you to launch that venture?
Well, basically, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. Having an independent record label, being in the music industry, working alongside of like major artists, and just seeing what was going on, I saw the decline in revenues dramatically with record sales. So when I saw that, I attributed that to the new technology. To me, it was, hey, there's a new vehicle now, downloading music, MP3 technology, WAV files, everything's digital, and to me, that transition really set the tone for, hey, this is a new industry, there's a new landscape now.
Now, once an artist has uploaded their tunes onto MyMusicSite.com, I mean, I'm sure you got thousands of bands. How should they conquer marketing? I mean, like, it's like, I'm sure you get tons of downloads, tons of ringtones, but then how do you stand out from the rest?
Sure, absolutely, and that's the key factor. Everybody needs to stand out in order to be successful. Again, we have lots of tools on the site to aid them in that, but again, it's part of the artist's job, if they want to be successful, to kind of market and promote as well, to try to bring some visibility to their site. But things that we do to help them out is, one, we have a feature on the site. Just to give you a little more background on the site itself.
Please.
People who don't know. Basically, when someone signs up, it's like a community. It's like a social network. It's not just a website like iTunes where people just purchase music. So when someone signs up, they get a profile page. It's their own URL, kind of like MySpace, where they can fully customize the page. They can put on their background pictures. They can add videos to the site. They can basically put whatever they want on that page, and that's kind of their marketing tool. All right? So on that specific page that they have, we provide them with other tools, like there's a fan mail section on every profile page. So the artist now who's out there promoting can have their fans come to the page and sign up for their personal newsletter. So basically, they're creating a database of people who are interested in their music. So if they have a new single that's coming out, they can send them an email saying, hey, check out my new single. If they have a show that's up and coming, maybe, they're performing at XYZ Pub on Friday, they can send out an email. So we're giving them all these vehicles to be able to, stay in touch with their fans. Also, when they sign up, we send them customizable business cards where they can put their URL on there. So if they're at a show, they can hand out the cards to promote and get people back to their page to buy their music. So again, there's a lot of different vehicles that we use to aid them. And one step further, we also offer promotional services that we sell whereby we'll help them market and promote. And that ranges from a $149 campaign where we'll do an email blast to all the hot DJs that are out there, try to get them radio play, maybe college radio play, mix show tapes if they're in the rap industry, all the way up to a $3,000 campaign that we customize specifically for what they're trying to accomplish.
Wow. We're going to take our first break. We got my man Brad Turk here from New York City, Skope TV. We're going to be right back.